Well, after a two-goal third period comeback yields a point for an overtime loss, the Rush look to make it 5 points out of 6 as they take on the Allen Americans tonight at 7:05. Scott Burt joining us, Rush head coach and GM. Bertie, it was a back-and-forth game. You fall behind 3-1 after scoring first, get two in the third period, give up a penalty at the end of regulation, which leads to an overtime goal. Your thoughts on a pretty seesaw game last night?
Yeah, it was back and forth. I don't think our discipline was very good at all. I thought there were some calls that maybe weren't calls, but it is what it is, right? I didn't think our penalty kill was top notch like it has been. We gave up 3 goals yesterday, and we scored one on a power play. So special teams are going to be a huge key again tonight for us. But discipline is number one in my books.
You mentioned mistakes before yesterday's game, and it was a mistake at the end of regulation. Whether it's a good call or not, it was maybe a mental mistake on the part of Zach Hoffman that leads to an overtime goal for them. How big was that moment and the discipline in last night's game?
Well, it was the right call.
Sure was.
Yeah, you cannot play with a broken stick. And sometimes, when you're tired, hence Hoff plays a lot on the penalty kill. So he was out a lot of ice time last night for him. Sometimes mentally that takes a challenge on a player, right? So sometimes you forget things. He didn't mean to do it. He had the puck in the slot. He went for a shot, excuse me, and the puck was right there. So he kicked it, but unfortunately didn't drop a stick, right? So we got dinged on that, and our penalty kill didn't bail us out in the end when we needed it.
Hit a lot of posts as well. I mean, does that take a toll on you guys mentally too when you're coming so close, beating the goaltender but not cashing in?
Sure it does. Yeah, sure it does. But, our guys on the bench, they consistently is the name of the game, and that's being consistent for all 3 periods. And we play consistent at times, maybe 10-minute spurts here, 10-minute spurts there, right? But the one thing this team does have is never give up attitude, and they continue to go. And when we were hitting the post, you could hear on the bench the guys, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We got rewarded at the end. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 2 points we needed. But you're right with that. With one thing is, if we can get 5 out of 6, it's a good week, and we want to win the week.
Shot volume has been really good for you guys. 44 shots, a season high. You've outshot them by 35 over the first 2 games. Are you happy with shot quality to go along with volume too?
Yeah, I think what we can do better is get to the front of the net. I think we need to get in the goalie's eyes. I thought a lot of the shots yesterday were right in his chest or right in his glove, right? So when we can plant our big bodies net front, our players have to shoot around him, and he's got to look either side. So you know what, Corey, for us, it's getting to the front of the net, and it's working to get to the net. And when I tell my players fight to get to the inside, that's getting inside the dots in the O-zone. So our guys will fight to get there, and it's not necessarily dropping the gloves. It's fighting to beat the box out. It's fighting to get in the goalie's eyes, getting your skates on the paint, and see what happens.
3 goals in 4 periods for Trevor Janicki. What has he done well this week?
Well, one thing he's been doing is moving his feet. A lot of his goals are right around the blue paint, and that's getting to the inside. And you've noticed that most of his goals this year are hard-working goals. And he's a hard-working player, and he's understanding what he needs to do at the pro level, and he's getting rewarded for that.
You got 2 guys on that line who move their feet all the time, and him and Parker Bowman. Jack Jeffers, too, has had a really good week. That line, again, continues to drive things.
Yeah, it's a driving line. It's an energy line for us, right? They start games. We expect those guys to bring the energy, and they have been, and they've. It's a good sight for us. We want our other lines also to follow up with that energy, and at spurts they are, and its consistency is where we got to get to.
All right, the big question: who's in goal tonight?
We are going with Christian Prop tonight.
Christian Prop has been a trooper, right? I mean, only 2 games played this year. Of course, circumstances dictating that, but he'll get his time. Can rust be a factor when he's taking practice every day, including this morning, but not playing so long?
I don't know about with Proper. I mean, he stays focused. He's ready to go. Obviously with Mackenzie Skapski down here, and the 2 Murphy and Radomski under contract, at times it is a little bit challenging to get all 3 goalies. I think we're doing the best we can at this at the moment of getting everyone opportunities. Proper gets his tonight, and you're also going to see Klotzy coming to the lineup tonight.
How much has Proper made the most of his opportunities in practice and during games when he's played?
Yeah, it's great. He comes with a great attitude every single day. He just wants to play, right? And again, it's juggling that to get everyone in, especially when you have 2 contracted goalies. So, like I said, Proper has a good game tonight, gets a win. He'll be getting some more starts as we get going.
And Klotzy, too. What do you hope he brings tonight?
Well, Klotzy's presence is a big deal, right? Obviously, we saw it when we kind of broke our streak there against Kansas City. But he's a big body. You know, when we get the puck low or we want to continue to control the puck down low, it's taxing on their defensemen. And a guy seeing Klotzy right across from him, your eyes get a little bit opening. And, you know, Klotzy's a big boy that will fight to get to the net, and no one's going to move him net front. So we're looking for that for him tonight.
All right, good luck. Thanks, Birdie.
Thank you.